Amongst the 500-plus homes on this Highveld estate, this one stands out with its linear modernism, but still fits into the development's farmhouse style. For owner Jaco Lutheringen, design is work and passion. His job involves the planning of new mines, and his Irene abode conveys the strong confidence of his industry.
It's got quite an industrial feel, yet edgy.
We try to incorporate a lot of clean lines, and especially the raw materials. You'll see a lot of wood, concrete and steel, and then we softened it with materials and soft colors.
Jaco's brief to architect Emilio Eftikis included wasting no space and being distinctly different by design, not by addition.
Every house is site-specific. How did you place this house on this plot?
Well, that's very important. Orientation, space, light, those type of things need to be taken in consideration. By using this twisted geometry and splitting the two wings of the house, we've created this void. And this void almost binds the two wings of the house, but also creates a sense of an indoor-outdoor living environment that blends quite nicely with the environment and the landscape behind it.
Let's talk about this pool. This is definitely one of the coolest features I've ever seen.
Yes, the pool forms part of the central axis of the home, and it's integrated into the courtyard. So the one thing that we wanted to do is create a seamless space, an uninterrupted space between the north wing and the south wing. And the last thing we wanted to do is put a balustrade around it. So we decided to create this deck that slides over the other part of the pool. It's heavy enough for a kid not to be able to open it by himself. So yeah, the idea was just, kid safety.
We had to design two equally sized areas. This is the old swimming pool area, and the middle section is where the oxygenation takes place. They've got water lilies and a range of fish and a mechanical filter. And at the back you've got your broad-leaved plants and your grass-like plants and biological filter. So they all form part of a wetland system that is in equilibrium, and it works quite well.
Jaco's business is to know the practical qualities of every structural material, but this was a chance to free his creativity. Emilio, who is an architect and jazz musician, was given license to improvise with bespoke furniture like a birchwood and steel rimpi stool and a multifunctional red couch to trigger more of Jaco's groundbreaking ideas.
It was quite interesting because I had to think of how to engineer this couch so that Jaco could use it in a very easy way in terms of its reclining mechanisms. Another thing is we tried to eliminate the side table of a couch, so we cut away the corners so that it would be easy to maybe rest a cup of coffee or something like that on its side.
You've also incorporated dual functionality as a design ethic.
It was all about, something being able to do more than one function. For example, the staircase. The staircase serves as a serving counter, as a wine rack, as well as a staircase. The balustrading serves as balustrading, so to prevent people from falling over, as well as an incorporated bookshelf.
The starting point for Jaco's home was the work of Chilean architect Philippe Assadi, whose blueprints leave as little environmental impact as possible. One of the central artistic features here actually allows the environment to reclaim part of the building.
Well, this runs with the ethos of the house by integrating landscape and building. And what it also does is it animates this double volume space and this large wall.
I'm sure the engineer will definitely tell me how it works.
The water is fed from the top, it gravity feeds to the bottom, and then the water is just circulated over and over and again. Every hour it runs for about 10 minutes. The plants grow in a medium with a little bit of soil, and they really need no maintenance apart from any normal garden.
Where some estate homeowners are happy to go with the established architecture of the development and just choose their finishes, Jaco has changed the very bones of his property. Emilio has also paid attention to how every surface and fabric responds to being lived in.
So we've actually raised this wooden floor above the concrete slab just to create the authentic feel of the suspended floor. You can actually hear the creaks and the cracks and that type of thing.
I love what you've done here. You've kept everything quite simple.
Well, this is the more intimate part of the house. The pitch of the roof has been expressed, creating a glorious semi-double volume space. The bed and the bathroom have been separated by means of this pause area. This pause area is expressed by this chaise longue, which can be just a space of relaxation. And because this is this part of the house that's almost hanging over nothing, the insulation below was quite little. So we decided to add an astroturf and a layer of rubber underneath that, just to make sure that you don't have cold feet coming out of the shower.
Solar heating and rainwater capture limit the environmental impact. It's good to know that our minds are being designed by a man who cares so much about leaving the smallest possible carbon footprint.
Jaco, you're so young and yet you've been able to build this really beautiful home.
It's been 10 years in the making, and it's been a lot of fun, but it's been a lot of hard work. And I think a very, very important thing is to do a responsible design. I think we put a lot of effort into the responsible design and sustainability, and I think that would add our value to the house in the long run.
By reducing it to the essentials, they've reinterpreted the development's farm barn style. Achieving this less is more look is difficult, but the results speak for themselves.